Whew, my heart started dumping real bad. But thank you, Pastor Daniel. This privilege for me to be up here and to kind of share my testimony. So, such a privilege to be up here. Um, good morning, church. Good afternoon, actually. So, as some of you may or may not know, I recently passed my licensed clinical social work exam. Um, this exam was one of the hardest tests I ever taken in my life, basically, and I'm a terrible test taker. Um, so today I'm just going to share a little bit about my testimony about this. I took the exam 6 times, so I failed the exam 6 times. There was a lot of pressure on myself to perform, because if I didn't pass this exam on the 15th time, they were going to expel me. Like, I wasn't going to be able to be a social worker anymore. I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted to do to fulfill my purpose in my journey in life. And I had a lot of self-doubt in myself. And, I doubted God. I asked God, like, man, God, do you even exist, man? Like, here I am, like, on this journey, and you presented me with this gift that I have, and I'm trying to fulfill my destiny, and you're not helping me. And, I was lost. I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of resentment because, I was tutoring my classmates, and they were all passing the exam, and I wasn't. I'm like, okay, here am I tutoring you, you're passing it, I'm not. And so, I just had so much resentment, anger, depression, anxiety, to really just pass this exam. And I put in a lot of work. It's not like I was negligent. I did my due diligence. I put in time, day, nights, weekends, time away from family. And I wasn't seeing the results. So, there was a lot of pressure on myself. Each time I would wake up to take this exam, I would feel like this anxiety and this panic and just the spirit of fear. Like, all I could think about was passing, failing, right? That was all in my mind. And so, I felt like I wasn't good enough. I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't maybe worthy enough. So, on the 6th time, I took the exam, and I missed it by 1 point, right? 1 point. And I was crushed. Like, I was devastated. I was punching air, and I was just so upset, And I took some time off to reflect, and I did a lot of fishing during this time. Most importantly, my wife. She supported me through the most difficult time in my life. And she reminded me that, look, John, she reminded me of the important things in life. And then, I continued to pray about it. And on the morning of my 7th exam, I woke up, I got on my knees, and then I prayed to God. And then as soon as I started praying, this is like my first time getting on my knees and praying to God about this exam. The other times I just expected him to bless me with passing, right? This time I got on my knees and I prayed, and I said, I heard God's voice over me, and he said, look, son, you have everything you have in this world that you need in this world already. You have a beautiful wife. You have beautiful children. You have a beautiful home. You have an amazing job. You have your health. You have people who appreciate you. And then, you have your small group and church family. And I really felt this God's presence just like wash over me. And like at that moment, my mind, my heart, and my soul was at peace. And the spirit of fear no longer lived in me. The spirit of worry no longer lived in me. I was just really at peace. And I went into the exam. I wasn't worried about passing or failing. I just had a lot of gratitude, and I just said, like, I just kept hearing God speak to me, like, you already have everything you need in this world. It's okay. This test doesn't determine how smart you are, how good you are, how worthy you are. It's just a piece of paper that's going to allow you to do some things in your profession. So I kept hearing God's voice through the exam, and then I went click, 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 and at the end of the exam, said I passed. Um, so thank God, it's a miracle that I passed, and a miracle that only was able through God's power and glory, and that was only possible through God. And through this journey, I learned that surrendering the things that I cannot control to God, it will give me peace. And so, thank you for everyone for listening to my testimony, and thank you, Pastor Daniel, again.
Remember